Okay, welcome to another edition of the Above the Bridge podcast. My name is Thaddeus Park. Thank you for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, tell your friends, whatever platform you're on listening to this. I appreciate you, and I want to invite all of you to an R&B day party that me and DJ Hoppa Boy are throwing May 24th at the Capitol Modern. Good food from Whiskey Smoke. It's laid back vibe. It's called Laid Back R&B. Please get your tickets now. This thing's gonna sell out. Go to laidbackrnb.com and get your tickets now. Aloha. Okay, this week I have the pleasure and honor to have these guys on my show, one of my favorite bands from back in the day, and they sing one of my favorite songs, Island Music, When I Think About You. That's been always one of my top favorite songs. It's Ho'onua,
Yeah.
Jared and Christian. What's up, guys?
Yeah, what's up? Yeah.
Bruh,
Right
I
on, brother
appreciate you
Ted.
guys, bruh. I can't believe you guys are on my show. This is kind of a full circle moment. I always was a fan of you guys, and it's been a minute since you guys been making music. What's been new with your guys' career right now?
Just
Bro, first of
everything,
all,
man. Yeah.
stoked to be here, bro. Thank you for having us, man. We're stoked, bro. And people so rarely say when I think about you. Usually it's blue light, man. So hey, right on for that, bro.
If
Back
I
to the
get on
cut
issue with blue light, I'll talk to you about that.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Go ahead, Jared. Go ahead. What's new?
Oh yeah. I mean, shucks. Yeah, a lot's been happening, man. I mean, I live mainland now. I live in Utah. Shortly after 2010, I would move up there and just, busy, man. I'm proud dad of 15-year-old twins, one boy and one girl. You know what I mean? And now we just, you know, I was joking around with my wife. I go, yeah, coming back to make music so I can pay for all these dang sports, bro.
Oh,
No,
bruh, I get
I
it.
mean, bro, as we speak right now, my son is flying with on team to Dallas for his club 7-on-17. We just got back from Vegas a couple weeks ago. My daughter's volleyball is the biggest racket in the. I tell you, we're in the wrong
Oh,
just
bro.
volleyball. We go over there. I swear, I mean, had 150 courts, so you figure 14, that probably 600 teams, and that's like
Yep.
that was weekend two. In fact,
Yep.
Bo Napoleon was over there. Shout out to Brother Bo. He was over there. We was catching zips after and sleeping over there. So, yeah, I mean, but yeah, you know what I mean? We just for the kids now. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, I think a lot of it, even now, like, I was telling Christian, come back, make music. Sometimes gotta have a message for the kids too, huh? So, just
Yeah.
staying busy, that kind.
Yeah.
Christian's
I
holding it
definitely
down
get it, bro.
over here on the island. So, yeah.
Bruh, my daughter plays volleyball, and we just came back from Vegas in March, and we're going
Oh,
to
yeah, yeah.
California next week or next month. And bruh, I'm like slaying Krispy Kremes on the side of the road, about to sell blood. Like, I don't know. Yeah, you're right. We in the wrong business. If I'd known
Uh,
this back then, I've been making a club and doing
oh,
tournaments or
yeah.
something.
Yeah, man. If we
They
knew about
printing
this, I would have,
money.
man. I was like,
Yeah.
my more friends was like, bruh, you should have started one club way back then. You have the knowledge, huh? You know what I mean? I'm over here sitting, coaching coverages in football. I was like, bruh, so nah, all good, all good.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I have a 7-year-old daughter, and her newest sport trumps all the rest of the boys' sports combined. But I mean, everything from football, basketball, baseball, volleyball, all of that is nothing compared to cheerleading and dance, bro.
Oh,
And let me
bro.
talk about racket, bro. Oh my god,
And
bro!
no more
There's,
even
I mean,
equipment. No more even equipment.
my
Yeah.
equipment was like
But
$50 just for going to the place for watch them dance, and the dance
yeah,
was 2 minutes. I was like, wait, that's it?
yeah.
She's done?
Bro,
Oh my,
you gotta think Shannon going with the camera and you just oh, let me park
yeah,
the car. Oh, the dance part. Okay, well.
yeah.
Okay, you win,
Oh,
bro.
man.
You right. I think you right.
I don't know. I wasn't a believer until my daughter got involved with this cheerleading thing, man. It is crazy. It's like pageant moms, pageant moms, but it's just mental, bro. Mental. And nothing but love to all them pageant moms, but oh my goodness, that's craziness, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
More than all the boys' sports combined.
Yeah, yeah. Girls'
Okay,
sports
I
is
get it.
super expensive, bro. Yeah.
Yeah. But I appreciate it because now I feel like understanding where your guys' mindset is at because of having daughters and kids, but mostly daughters because it's different, bro. When you get daughters and I mean, you guys were pretty popular back in the day, and I'm sure you know how it is having a daughter or being around girls. And bruh, it changed my mindset because I have a 15-year-old daughter, and it's like, wow, okay, now I get it. I all the stuffs was doing naughty now is coming back to me because now I gotta protect her from all that kind.
Uh,
Oh,
I
uh,
see.
absolutely, absolutely. I think just adding to what Jared said as far as like us nowadays, you just as you live longer, you just gain more perspective, and certainly the kids are what causes that change in perspective. But I think just life experiences and time too, man. Just like how you said, like being around all those people for all this time, man. It's just more experience and more perspective, man. That's why I'm stoked to come back and do new music, man. These are some songs we created while we were recording, and some songs we've had for a long time that we just been wanting to get out. So we coming. The clip is loaded. We're gonna fire new songs, new music. That music overload, man. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, I agree, and I'm honestly a fan that's excited to see what you guys got going on. And I know you dropped a new release, and I played it in the car for my wife and my daughter, and my daughter was kind of tripping, and I'm like, check this out. And I went through the catalog. I'm like, right, this is what's up. These are the guys. And she was kind of tripping out, and she knew a couple of the songs. And I was like, oh, they're gonna be on my show, and she was all stoked. So I was like, okay, I'm stoked that the younger generation still can be impacted by even the stuff you guys uh put out long time ago. And for me, great music I always thought can stand the test of time, and it has. And how do you guys feel about the status of island music and the new stuff that's coming out compared to the old stuff?
I
Go
think
ahead.
for me, I mean, I'll take it just because. So I've been in the mainland, for quite some time, but been fortunate. I mean, sometimes fortunately, sometimes unfortunately, like um, I come home probably a few times, especially before we start making music consistently. I would come home at least maybe 2, 3 times a year, enjoy some of the music. Sometimes it was for graduations, weddings, sometimes funerals, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
But and I mean, I think that music is always. I remember it was a good friend of ours. In fact, Brother Norm. Shout out to Brother Norm. I remember he's like because he's Sonny's cousin.
Don't talk that.
Yeah, Norm Thompson. And he said something that he said, music is to be shared, not compared, right?
Oh,
And so I was like, yeah, because naturally you can compare with but I think now being more, I want to say more, more gray in the hair, now to me, I can appreciate because I think about when we was young. I mean, we had guys like Feej that was, um, he was more of still very involved in the music industry. He wasn't necessarily like kind of mentoring us at that time when we were, in our, because he was still busy doing his things, right? So I see all the young guys and they were fortunate to have him like, act like one big brother, jump
yeah.
in the studio, help them write, compose, all that stuff. And I think I had left right around where, where he was coming in because I think Boog was just kind of getting his legs under him. I remember when I moved to Utah, Common Kings was doing one show down at like one little, and my sister was like, "Hey, check out these guys." So they was all kind of getting started just a little bit right after we had kind of went our ways back in '06. But then I look at all the music now and I think, hey, everybody has their own way of like expressing their music. But we kind of we the old guys now,
Yeah.
but so you kind of look at our time and I thought what was cool of our era is you had, like Ho'onoa, Tree Plus. I mean, Ekolo has still been holding it down since then, right?
Yeah.
10 Feet, Natural Vibes, even Ukla, Kia Hivai, OP Pickers, all this. Everybody had kind of like that very distinct sound. Everybody was a little bit, just a little bit different from each other. Yeah. And so that's kind of what I appreciated about our era. Um, but I will say I'm a fan of a lot of the young kids' music too, because I mean, I think I I really enjoyed Roots from the reggae standpoint. I like, Gregory Isaacs, Alpha Blondie, those kind of like real rootsies. And I think when we were coming out, that wasn't necessarily radio playable yet. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Christian was more the island stuff, yeah. But now
Yeah.
I feel like the kids they get to play that, so that's why, like Kanaka Fire, when I first heard this song, I was singing a barber. My barber went dropped that. He was like, "Check
Oh
this
no.
guy out. He's from Hawaii," and I was like, "Wait, what?" This is what I think last year, or the year before. When did Only Jaja Know come out? 24, I think, something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, 24.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was just sitting getting my hair cut, and my barber, he's Tongan guy from Utah, but he listens to all the island music too. And so I was thinking, "Man, it's some jam." And then sure enough, the next trip home to Hawaii, I was like, "Oh yeah, it's all over the place." So I think there is there's a kind of a distinct difference, if you want to use that term, but I'm a big fan of all the young guys' music too. And you still got those guys that are, I want to say they're not the young guys, they're more of the, I guess, the more seasoned
Yeah.
guys that were coming out when we kind of left, like Chloe Kai doing his thing major, Common Kings, Boog, you know what I mean, Maoli, you know what I mean? Shoot, when we did what did we do that show for him in Maui? Maybe 2016?
Maoli was, yeah, that one was like before they even blew up. Yeah, like
Before they
2000.
blew up, he was still part of Glenn because he
Yeah.
promoted his own show. I
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah.
Was that the not Mar
I
Culture, but
remember.
the Civic Club or something, that big field.
Yeah, at that time they were already like touring, but they would go play like little 300-person clubs. But I remember being so surprised because they were in like Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and like I'm like, wow, this local band from Maui is just reaching far, and they're just doing it on their own. And I mean, at that time was like little teeny tiny venues, but now look, you know.
Yeah. Now the teeny tiny venues begging for them. Like, oh,
Oh
sorry.
yeah.
Yeah, let me check my schedule. Oh, I'm open in 2042. That kind of, like shoot. But nah, I mean, yeah, to answer your question, I like what a lot of the bands are doing just because I mean, yeah, I don't know any other way to say it. Like back in our day, like they wasn't so open to playing a lot of the more rootsy reggae,
Yeah.
I use rootsy in that term, even though it's very vague, but yeah, I like, you know, I mean, yeah, I like a lot of the young bands.
Well,
Kanaka Fire. I love Wavy. I like their groove, man. Those guys are solid. And then,
yeah.
of course, Iwata, they get their thing going on. But yeah, but still, I think it's when you go to a show and you can kind of like you do the whole fest, all raid, do all his shows, that kind.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a different vibe and a groove, and I think that's the beautiful thing about the island reggae groups. You know what I mean? Because it's reggae music, but you're not gonna you can get one different taste of a little bit of everybody. Yeah, so that's what I like about the young groups. They still get their own they get their own
Yeah.
action. You know what I mean? Their own style. They put down to it. So yeah,
I think you guys are responsible also for laying like the groundwork down for these younger bands. Like you guys doing it for so long, it gave them a path or direction or inspiration to even pick up something and start their own band and groups. Like you guys are responsible for that. Like you guys kind of are pioneers. Not say you guys old or anything, but like you guys did it for a long time and kind of laid groundwork down for bands to keep it going now. And guarantees some of these young bands got inspired by you guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I feel like I feel like we owe that to them because we certainly had those bands who laid the framework for what we did. Like, I mean, I was a huge fan of Israel, and I mean, Call Creator Boys was all I needed. But after that, it was like, like everybody in our generation, pick up the ukulele and learn all
Yeah.
choice solos,
Surf.
over and over
Surf.
and over.
yeah.
Yeah.
Circle was first, and then Manalo too,
Game on
the
MG.
first songs we all used.
Yep.
But I truly feel that it's like a good song is a good song, regardless of the generation or the genre. Like, I mean, good music is timeless. Hit songs and great hooks are timeless. So I feel like I'm jumping around a bit, but like, that also the notion of like, oh, don't meet your heroes. I never wanted that to be the case when a young musician came up to me, because I had I'm not going to mention names, but some of these guys who were huge influences on me, like when you finally meet them, oh, it wasn't what you expected it to be, it's like don't meet your heroes, right? But
Yeah.
I,
Christian, I told you I'm
I
sorry about
really,
that already. I apologize for that, Christian.
it's a book, Jared, it's
that
a book. No, but I want it to be
Chinese,
like that,
such
bro.
bonjour.
So yeah, bro. I committed to that from an early age. I felt like, once we're gonna, if and when we continue to do this and it's, we achieve success, then when these new kids come in, bro, whatever they need, I'm an open book. Meet your heroes, bro. Let's go. And
That's
so
super
yeah, it's
good.
it's
Yeah.
every generation. It's just that generation's interpretation of music. The generation before ours was heavily influenced by country music and like crooners type like Frank Sinatra and all that. Like I'm talking about the Melvin Lead, Loyal Garner era and all that kind. I'm huge fans of those types of music too. Like and then like traditional Hawaiian music, all across the board, man. It's just that generation's interpretation of music, because nothing is really, really, truly Hawaiian unless you chanting, chanting, and playing the ipu, right? That's about it.
Yeah.
I don't even know if the ipu was there from the beginning, but unless it's
Yeah.
kahiko, that's the only real, So
That's
anyway,
true.
I think it's just this generation's interpretation of music, and now it's heavily more influenced by, like Jared said, roots music is more widespread and more accepted, and then also R&B. R&B was already influencing in our generation, and now even more so. Both Common Kings,
Oh, yeah.
and then country making its comeback with Maoli. It's just like mixing it with reggae. Mixing all these other genres with reggae, and just it's like Hawaii does with everything, with food and
Oh,
whatever.
Yeah.
yeah.
We're just a fusion of many different styles, and that's our
That's
culture.
That's a good way to look at it. That you're right. I never thought of it like that. Our music is that diverse, and it's kind of a hodgepodge of different stuffs, and it's becomes our own unique sound. Happily, I can say that your guys' music stands the test of time because, like I said, I played it for my daughter, and she's rocking out to it. And she is the first person on earth to tell me my stuff is old. If I play other songs, dad, that's old already. It's like, but she dug your guys' stuff, so it definitely stood the test of time. And kids, they don't BS when it comes to that kind of stuff. They happily like let you know that you old.
For real. For
Yeah,
Appreciate you, baby
real.
girl. We appreciate you.
yeah. Okay, let's take this short break from talking to Ho'onua and shout out our sponsors, Defend Hawaii. They are my first sponsor and they've been with me from the beginning. They have a store in Windward Mall called No One. They have some new spring drops they just released. Go to their website, defendhawaii.com, and figure out what you want. Use promo code ATVPod upon checkout, and you'll get 15% off your purchase. Let them know Above the Bridge podcast sent you. Aloha.
Yeah.
Taking it back, bro. How did you guys even link up to start off Ho'onua?
I'll let Kusha take that one.
Bully. This guy is bully. Use
When
it.
you come into my hood,
Oh, okay. This is go way back.
nah.
So,
Shucks.
he was the all-star football player. He was the man. He thought he was the man. So
No.
come in there, this, come in there, that, and like so. But no,
When you get free lunch and you get all those perks that you thought was you just thought was normal. You know what I mean? I was like, wait, what? You got to I mean, I had
bro,
three
no, not
siblings
only
going
free
over there. I never
lunch,
know I
but
had tuition. How's that? I never know I had tuition at Kamehameha
not
but
anymore.
yeah.
Now you guys get free lunch and free school. That's
Yeah.
Oh
crazy.
yeah, that's right. I get on grant. My daughter get on grant from them, so they've been helping me out. They never like me or her, but they giving us a grant.
No, bro,
Oh,
it's
hey,
winning the lottery, man. Winning the
Yeah.
yeah,
lottery.
yeah,
But
yeah. No, I'm
yeah, so we
yeah.
just met in college. We graduated the same year. I went to Iolani, Jared went to Kamehameha, and we were two of four freshmen who went to play football at this small Division 3 turned Division 1 AA school, the University of
Oh,
San Diego.
nice.
And I tell you, we're so lucky and fortunate to go to this place, because back then, I mean, yeah, there's no way to get around the age thing, but we never have internet like how it is today. We couldn't just research and just full on like do a deep dive in what school we were going to. A lot of it was on the pamphlet that they sent to us.
Yeah, you know
Of
the
course, every
brochures,
school, yeah, the brochures. Every
bro.
school, no
I
matter
was like, oh,
if
this
it's in
school looks good.
Hawaiian or
Let's
San
go.
Diego, yeah. they make their school look the greatest, right? And we're just choosing off of the brochure, and like, and a lot of my classmates went to Oregon and didn't even last a semester because the brochure doesn't say there's 9 months of rain and cloudiness, But we just lucked out, man. We got beautiful San Diego, California. We went early, so the four of us became very close because you know none of us had left home before to live anywhere else, and we were away from home for the first time, and before the whole rest of the school got there too. It was a small school, but we had football camp, so we were there very early, and we're the only ones on campus, man. So we got very close, and that is how our whole first record was born.
Wow.
Songs about homesickness, and that's what we should have called the thing. But yeah, just being homesick and just remembering Hawaii, and that's how we got started.
That's super cool, bro. I didn't even know that. That's a cool story. How did you guys know you guys had action? Like, well, you guys just started singing, be like, "Oh, bro, you sound good," and then you guys just started just like, "Oh, we're good."
No, so the Christian never tell you the real story. He was walking around San Diego, the campus, with his ukulele, just luring. He was like the kind, bro, the fiddler on the roofs, walking around, and all these Holly girls following him around.
Yeah.
And then his apartment was his dorm room was two, 3 doors down the hall from me and my roommate. So we just get together, sing, that kind of stuff. Obviously, it's one of those buildings where the hallway, every hallway stairwell type, get good acoustics. So we just
Yeah.
be jamming music. And freshman in college, you just kind of all the boys you hang out, yeah, you know what I mean. Back then, I mean, there was no internet. I mean, you have to go to the computer lab to use the internet to
Yeah.
send emails. I mean, that's how bad it was, right? So yeah, I mean, our only distraction was
Nobody
ourselves.
was,
And
yeah,
Sega
nobody was
Genesis,
sitting
remember
in their room.
Sega Genesis? Holy smoke! Oh my god!
Everybody's on their own, sitting in their dorm rooms on their devices, But back
Oh
then, we
man.
never had devices, bro. The devices was meet each other, and actually, gosh, like technology, man, it's like made everything so impersonal. But
Yeah.
anyway, but yeah, no, that's how it was, bro. We just find whatever stairwell we could and bust out the ukulele and just do college things. That's happening. That's not wasn't only our story. That's happening at college campuses
Yeah,
across the world.
yeah. The
And
Tree Plus, I
today,
think that's similar story. The local brothers
Oh,
over there. You know what I
yeah,
that's
mean?
yeah,
super cool.
yeah.
One Groove, all those guys. You know what I mean? It's just
One
like our
group,
era,
yeah.
all those bands that came. And it's very similar kind of origin stories. Yeah, it's just the college brothers.
That's super cool. How
Yeah.
come all the linemen make music? What happened to all the receivers? They not or the
Yeah, I was
secondary.
running back. I was running back, even though I look like one lineman now.
Yeah.
I was a fullback in college, but nah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why.
So I get it, bro. ONU was formed because they was jamming out one college trying to impress chicks. Nah, nah.
Oh, Christian was impressing the chicks. I was just,
Guarantee, bro. They heard you
I was
guys
on my
sing.
way to the library. I was
Guarantee.
like, oh, I can come sing with you later. I gotta go study my homework right now. That's
This
That's
guy,
such an awesome story, bro.
this guy.
I'm glad I asked that question.
yeah.
Over the years, but you guys been killing it, and since you moved, how was it getting back to kind of reuniting playing music with each other? Or you guys constantly been doing it?
Go
Christian,
ahead, Jay.
you've been jamming.
Yeah, I never left. It's still my full time job. I play all throughout Waikiki throughout the week, and
Oh, nice.
yeah, I never left Hawaii. I've been living here ever since, and yeah, I make a living. Very grateful to make a living playing music, but Jared would come home, a couple times a year, and we would always try to see if we could at least do one or two, and just take them as they come. But yeah, we never really fully, stopped playing music together, and then I'll let Jared continue as far as how we got back.
No, yeah. I mean, you think about it, right? Because you was part of it, right? So,
Yep.
I mean, when I moved to Utah, I mean, I left the music scene 2006. I was just I had callings in church, and just different, right? Different directions as far as what I want to do. My wife and I were focused on trying to start a family, that kind of thing. And then 2010, we moved to Utah, And then my twins was born 2011, which is when we came home for a major age off.
Yep.
And I remember telling Ray, I was like, "Brah, because my wife could give birth to twins, bro. And I don't know if I'm a good dad or not, but I know I cannot just dig out on her 2 months after she give birth to twins, right? Like, you know what I mean? I don't even know if I know how to change diaper yet. I don't know, you know? so,
Yeah.
That was the
so
catch a fire,
yeah,
Kolohe
Yep.
Kai.
catch a fire,
Yep.
Kolori Kai. Remember
ONU
that?
reunion. I get the poster.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
it was called the
final
last
set.
set,
Yep.
the
Yeah, the
final set
final
or
set.
something
Yep.
like that. Yeah. So I remember we went corner. So my wife and the babies was at the hotel with my in-laws, and then me and the all of us boys went corner. Remember we did the corner show. That was a
Yep.
good one.
Mm.
Yep.
And came back in the shell, right?
Yep.
And then I think after that, 2 years later, I remember Paulele was doing the I don't know if he called it the Revive the Live, but it was
Revived the live at Republic,
Republic.
and that
Yeah.
was
Was
with
it
us
already called
also.
Republic or was it
Yep.
called something else?
It was Republic. That was with us
Okay.
also. We did them
Okay.
every Friday. Yep.
Perfect. Because
Yep.
I remember that and I was like, dang, that's some good little vibe, right? I just remember,
Yep.
oh yeah. So we did that. And then I think every maybe a year or so, he would bring us back to Revive the Live. And then we'd have some random, like people would catch wind that, hey, you guys did on the show. Can you do this? And it was like, and then you think about like right around 2018, 19. I mean, now I started coaching my son because he's at the young, he's like played football. So that kind of prioritized thing. But we would probably do maybe one or two, maybe shows a year. Yeah, Christian, something like that.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
at least for me personally, I really wasn't intending on coming back to music, but I have stuff written down in journals and some lyrics become, like poems and things like that. And then it was again my daughter, all the local girls, they love the island music, yeah. So
Yeah.
my daughter was rocking out to Tanora 3 Plus. And then my son was like, that's dad's friends. Because we would like literally the previous summer when bumping to Tanoi in Mesquite, his son played football too. So one of the
Okay.
tournaments, yeah. So I introduced my son. Then when we drive back from Mesquite, it's like 4 hours back to our house. And so I would play 3 Plus to go, right now, this Uncle Tono, you just met him. He was like, oh, okay. But my son is like, mainland boys, they like the island music, but they like the little mumble rap, they like all that kind, just
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
kind of stuff. Yeah. And my son is weird because he like Billy Joel, he listens to all the old kind crooner stuff too, but island music is probably sixth or seventh on his list, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So he was saying that, and then my daughter was like, "What?" And then she kind of realized, like, then she went down the catalog and saw all of our stuff, and so it's been fun. But she was kind of the more motivating force around me wanting to come back. And then you think about it, when Fiji passed away, and I thought, man, I have a lot of stuff. And this is just my own personal feeling, like my gut feeling. I was like, man, I gotta have stuff, and my kids gonna know me as dad, like he's just dad, But then I realized, oh, okay, maybe this is something. And my daughter, she loved music. She played violin. She got to get back
Oh
into it,
wow.
but she's doing all that kind of stuff. And then I realized, I'm doing a disservice to my kids if I don't use the talents that I had to bring joy and happiness to all these other people, but I
Yep.
never do it to my kids. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that was kind of the only reason where I felt. So I told Christian, hey, well, we come back. If you come back, I come in like all in. You know what I mean? Like get this music out, do that stuff just to build it so it has legs, that kind of stuff. And then, but mainly it's just, you know, somewhere down the line, gonna be, maybe my daughter might be telling her granddaughter, hey, this is your great grandfather, look.
Yep.
And they're like, oh, my kids was, they were doing one skit to it. I don't know. You never know, right? Just down the line, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Or
I
somebody did a remix of freaking, Sweet Wahine, or, when I think about you, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, bro,
Yep. That's
that,
them.
that kind of stuff. Yeah. So, but it's fun, like you said, right? Good music, if it'll stand the test of time, and I think my perspective, I was sharing with Christian, I was like, the funny thing is, man, now with the way the music can reach, like in our day, you have to perform in front of, 20, 30,000 people, 100,000 people, or 10,000 people in 10 different venues to gain 100,000
Yeah.
fans. And now with the beauty of technology, we get fans in all over the place, right? Just like all the
Yep.
musicians, right? You get fans in, now New Zealand and Australia is becoming kind of an extension, like a little bridge, right? A two-way
Yep.
bridge between Hawaii, Philippines. We see, like Koloikai went down there. And so, and we see it now. It's pretty cool to see, like, oh, yeah, couple fans. Hey, we get a couple hundred streams in this country, and that it's pretty cool. So,
Yeah,
but that
that's
was kind
super
of my
cool.
vibe. Yeah.
I definitely have a issue with that final set in the shell. And I will tell you that story why Blue Light get on like a good bad vibe with me. I like the song, but bro, give me anxiety. We before the show, Ray and us was putting that thing together, and for some reason he had this issue where he wanted for give plenty of the people at the concert glow sticks. And I telling him, why? We're not on rave, like we're on local, like, it's a major rager. We don't need glow sticks. Like, and he just was adamant. And bruh, we can buy $5,000 worth of glow
Yeah.
sticks. And I'm
Yeah, that's
thinking,
good.
that's
Come on. Come on.
2,500 each. You know,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
we
yeah.
never need to do that. And when you guys played Blue Light, bruh, those glow sticks was blue. And that just went open the floodgates, and everybody started whipping them, and looked super cool. Was going everywhere. That,
I
and
remember
I'm
that,
like, oh
bro.
my god, somebody hit in the eye, and we gonna get on a lawsuit. And and then I had to eat my pride because it was cool. And Ray was like, "See, I told you it was gonna be cool." And I was like, frick, you right, you know what I
Oh
mean? But
man,
it
man.
gave me super planning anxiety, but that moment, and that was my first big concert promoting, and we did it with Ray, and it was that moment will always stick out in my whole life, and I guarantee I'll always remember that song because of that, bro. I don't
Oh,
know if
bro,
you guys
I could.
remember that.
Oh, bro. I remember coming off the stage. That's my only regret because I saw part of it and I was like, "What?" And I think I missed. I caught the tail end of it because we go off stage and we just kind of exit our ways and he's like, we're breathing hard and he's like, "Oh yeah," and I was on solid. Said, "Yeah," he's kind of like feeling good. And then, if I remember correctly, was right after that. But then the DJ would drop. Whoever the DJ was would play something, and then that it kind of turned it into that too. Yeah,
Yep.
So, but I remember seeing all the glow sticks glowing during blue light, and I didn't think about it. If social media was the way it is
Oh,
now, that
bruh.
would have been a viral moment. Yeah.
Guaranteed. That would have been, yeah. That's probably when we would have got sued for something.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, guarantee somebody got their eye taken out too, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
Okay, let's take a break and shout out our sponsor, iRip Detail Supply. They're your one stop shop superstore for everything you need to detail whatever vehicle you have. They have a store in Temple Valley Shopping Center. They also have one in Las Vegas, and they're about to open one in Waipio. But go on their website, irepdetailsupply.com. If you use promo code ATBPod upon checkout, 15% off your purchase. I would personally recommend going into the store and talking to the staff. If you have any questions, they are more than happy and knowledgeable to help you with whatever questions you have about all their products and everything. I enjoy going there and talking to their staff. They're amazing. But irepdetailsupply.com. Aloha. But yeah, I do remember us Lele booking you for Revive the Live, and we were his first year doing Revive the Live. He wanted us to help him, so we worked with him for the whole summer, and you guys was there, and you guys always rock the house, and it's cool to know that you guys are coming back and making new stuff. How hard has it been to make new stuff if you guys are on two separate, like you're in the mainland and you're in Hawaii? How do you guys make that work?
I I think it just takes more planning, more planning, and that we really try to maximize the time when Jared is on island. So it's just ahead of time, just scheduling studio every time he's in town, and that's because we don't have everything already recorded, but we just have all the songs ready to go. So it's just planning. Yeah.
And what the creative process is kind of similar to how it was when you guys were doing it back then, or is different now?
I mean, I would say it's more different now because we're not physically there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next to each other, but like, um, I think yeah, now we just kind of creatively say, okay, let's do this. Here's how I envision it. You know what I mean? It was kind of collab on it. Whether it's some a song that Christian, started, or vice versa. But it's yeah, I mean, with technology, it's like, look at this, what we got, lay down the reference, boom, sit on it, okay, and then come back the next time, and we just kind of adjust, tweak, and get that going. So yeah.
With
But
tech, what is that? Go ahead.
no, absence is great, man. Makes the heart grow fonder. So we're more collaborative when we're together. I feel like even the first song we released was called "Good for Me." That was this past Thanksgiving, and then that one was like the most we've collaborated on, on a song in a long time. I mean, we're literally in the studio, going line for line on the verses and singing the choruses together. And yeah, it's just got back to really when we first started doing the thing in the in the stairwells in college, man. That's the feeling I have.
Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff I like to hear. That's magic right there. That what you just said, that's magic. And for you guys to be doing that again and feeling that vibe, that's super cool. I mean, I can't even imagine creating something to share with the whole world and it catching, but after all these years, you guys catching that same vibe, that's super cool. I like the fact that new stuff is coming out. And how has the younger generation been receiving your guys' new stuff?
I don't
What do you
know.
think,
I
Jared?
think so. I mean, I thought it was cool just because, I mean, you get, like, we did one of the latest shows in the summer. I think it was the summer bash, right? And it was kind of funny because, we the uncles, right? And it was, I think I was like, because my son was still there, and then all my nephews and nieces, they was all there, right? I mean, they teenagers, but it was funny because, you know, before it was like, oh, brother Jared, like, take picture, da 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 da. Now I was like, uncle, can I take a picture with you. And I was like, let's go, baby girl, come on, come on, come on, come on. Like, what about you? Get inside, get inside. That guy, like, and then you realize it's like, yeah, but so for me, that's the good part about it. Just because, like, even for my church, I serve in the youth organization, yeah. So I oversee kind of the youth and stuff. And I mean, it's like, hey, if they're out there listening to the music, then that means they're in a good place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
There's enough bad danger, whatever you want to call it, that our youth can be getting in trouble, yeah. So it's like, hey. So I think, I mean, I'm grateful, at least from what I see, what I mean? It's just a matter of them having the opportunity to just hear our stuff. I'm pretty sure everybody, and no matter how old you are, young, you know what I mean? If you hear our stuff, you either gonna like them, or you maybe gonna like something else more, but you still gonna enjoy the music.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's the way I look at it. So it's been good, at least from what I can see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I you know I I feel for our old stuff too. It's really full circle for us now because these kids that are in the club partying are our fans' kids, So like it might not have been that way 10 years ago because, our fans weren't old enough to have kids yet, but now, man, all these kids is singing the lyrics to the old songs. They actually know the songs. Just like when we were kids and, our parents were
Yeah.
playing C&K songs or whatever, and we would go to those shows and know those songs. And so yeah, so the old stuff that the young kids is vibing, which I like. I think that's great. And the new stuff, yeah, like Jared said, it's just giving them the opportunity to hear it. And not so many people. I mean, people still listen to the radio, but not like how it was when we were first coming out. So
Yeah.
it's just mastering the art of content and really just trying to blast it as wide as we can and just get it on as many playlists as we can. It's a totally different game, of course. You guys all know nowadays it's so different, bro. We gotta
Yeah.
just really, really, you gotta commit to that full-time job of posting all day, every day. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a lot of work, man. But
Yeah.
no matter how many times we post, it's not oversaturation, bro, because there's so many people who haven't heard the song yet, and we're grateful to the radio stations giving it a chance too, because we haven't released music in so long. But I think it's a combination of everything that's going to get it to the point where they're finally going to hear it and be able to really connect with it.
Yeah. I agree. And I think when you guys do perform, especially at the big shows, it gives a chance to have, like you said, your fans' kids enjoy the moment with each other. Like, bruh, I'll be in the stands with my daughter, and if your song came on and we're singing it together, and now you just bridge that generation gap. But some of these aunties, when they hear some old stuff come on, it is like head from God, bruh. They get into it. Huh? It's fun to watch, bruh. It,
Get out
it
the way.
means
Get out the
something.
way,
It means
brother.
something, yo.
Oh my
They
god.
get the Wonder Woman Hawaiian bracelet and they singing up, bro. And like, and yo, that's the thing. And it's because those songs reminisce about certain moments in their life, and it hits because it reminds them of great moments. And to share it with their kids, that must be a cool feeling. And watching that, just when I see it happening, I can't even imagine as an artist how that would feel, bro. That's super cool.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, we've been fortunate to be on those stages where, I mean, we were in Hilo in January. That was just always got love. You know, the outer islands always got love for us. Big Island especially. But yeah, Hilo was good. We'll be in Kona next week,
Yeah.
um, May 2nd. So it's good to be to be a part of that, to just see that, see that the reactions, and how it's evolved from, "Hey, I recognize you. Oh, okay, that's your mom and dad. That kind of thing. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's fun. Yeah.
That's super cool. Recording wise, because technology is so different, how has that been just with equipment? Because nowadays you can set up a studio at your house now and get quality recordings. How has the benefit of technology been helping you guys like bang songs out on an easier way, or not like such a drawn out process like how it was before?
Man, it's made it easy for me because I'm not a big producer. I mean, we've been fortunate enough to work with Osna, right? He's
Oh,
got
okay,
some
okay.
solid stuff going on. And then for me, I mean, we just like the technology allows you to do just very simple pre-production, right? So we get the hook in there, and then it's like, okay, here's our ideas, and that's what I really enjoy seeing, because there's so many producers where I find myself being kind of a credits nerd. Say, oh,
Oh,
who produced this song? Who's doing this? Who's doing this, right? And so back in the day, I never really paid attention to that. At least me personally, I didn't. You know what I mean? Because our second album was on, what was that? Artie's, what was, I don't know, 500 channels, huge board, right? This huge
yeah.
board.
That was George Benson's board from
Yeah,
studio at Maui. Yeah,
yeah.
Oh, wow.
And
big
then Dave
tall.
Tusserone produced it, right? And then the third album, we did a mixture of
What was that? Wendell's
Wendell's,
Photos.
yeah, Wendell Studio. You know what I mean? But still, like, and then now our albums are being produced on a laptop. You know what I mean? Like, just the
Yeah.
technology and the software that's available. But for me, it's made it easy for me because that way, when you get out in your hand, you cannot play this.
Can
You
just
know what I
tweak
mean?
them on the
All you gotta do
computer.
is, yeah, okay, right, a key. You know what I mean? Like, but then you can do some pre-production, and it basically, again, right? All you're doing is you're getting your expression into a format that people can listen to it, right? And so that's kind of what, at least for me. And then I tell Christian, hey, check this out, and say, oh yeah, and then so all of a sudden we start game planning, and then it makes it easier too when we have everything available. And it was cool because I can't remember who it was, and he was talking about, what's the most, what's his name, the sax player that he plays the alto sax. Ah, shucks, what's
Kenny
his name?
G.
Kenny G. Yeah, Kenny
Yeah,
G.
yeah.
Someone was like, "Oh yeah, I always wanted to do a song with Kenny G," and he shot his shot. He just boom. I can't remember what all the details of the story, but I think he just DM'd him and said, "Hey, look, I would love to hear you possibly on a song I have." And Kenny G was like, "Yeah, send it to me." And he said,
Oh,
"Okay." He listened to it, and then basically he says, "Okay, give me an hour." And then he sent back the song. So you know what I mean? Using technology in that way, now you can collab with people that's across the world, right? So,
yeah.
and the funny thing is, like well, Napoleon, I been DMing him, and then we bumped into each other. We kind of every now and then, but we just kind of find the time, right? Because I would love to, you know, collab with him. I mean, shoot, he writes some bangers, right? I mean,
Oh,
shoot,
yeah. Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, I totally forgot, but I mean, Common Kings, they're bangers, right?
Oh
Waiting
yeah.
for alcoholics. That's Bo, I'm a
Yep.
part of it, so
Yeah.
it's like, let's go, Bo. What you got going on,
Hope he
What you
listening.
got going on, boy? I know you watch this.
Why, what you mean? He wrote songs for Common Kings?
Yeah, Wade in the Water and Alcoholics. He was on that.
Really? I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
yeah,
Oh, you gotta
yeah.
DM him or slide in his DM.
That's fine. No, but
Something new
I mean,
every day.
he's super talented, right? And I totally forgot. Remember Fourth and B Christian and you was at San Diego? And
Yeah,
then I
yeah,
was Mana went reminding me about that his dad was the kind of Kunapi, right?
yeah. Nappy, Nappy.
Well, what
Yeah,
was their group? Kuana, I think I
yeah,
think that
yeah,
was the
yeah.
name of the group. Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, we're going back to like 98, 99 kind.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, yeah, that's why I was saying. Like, now I've turned into a little credits nerd because if I hear a jam, I was like, oh, who did it? Just kind of go. But it's cool because I like seeing, with the use of social media, I like seeing producers now getting their flowers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Usually it's just the artists. You see like Pana and Cronin and Lava and all these guys, right? Shout out to Lava, help mix our Sweet Hawaiian
Oh
vocals.
yeah.
So it's just, and the cool thing is, at least for me, right? I don't know if Christian comes across them often, but I was like, hey, I gotta meet this guy. You know what I mean? Because he helped out with this, with this stuff. So Lava, if you see me walking the street, say hi and all, because you
You
know what I
know,
mean?
Lava's dad he's the lead singer of the band that was on before us at the Kamehameha Sons of Yeshua.
Oh,
That's their lead.
that's the dad.
Oh.
That's Lava's dad. Yeah, yeah,
Oh, with
yeah,
the
yeah.
tattoo. No,
That one, the tattoo. Yeah, yeah,
wait, that's Lava's dad.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
he look good, bro.
yeah, 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 yeah.
He look
Yeah,
good.
I think I'm pretty sure that's Lava's father. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, we just started rumors now. Are you sure?
No, I'm pretty sure. I'm sure. I'm sure that is. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Lava's second, at least second generation, if not more. But
Yeah,
yeah, hey, shout out these producers, man. Yeah, Pana. So I gotta. I'm
yeah,
trying to
Pana.
I
Yeah,
want to get him to do a track for us. See, that's what I really like. And speaking to technology, but like, I want these producers to like give us something that they don't like. I don't want to say make a song with ONU in mind. I want to say just give us a track and let us make it ours. I want I want
Oh
I want reggae. I want what you envision for a current sound. So that's been great. That's like gotta shout out Ozna, man. He's got great ideas and he's got a lot of things that he like might have like had with Fiji in mind. We try to pull some of those beats, and like we're trying to just do do write originals to things that weren't necessarily our sound back in the day. Like so evolve but not go too far away from the original um equation, but certainly evolve and become more current and more modern.
yeah. That's
it's
Like
funny you say that, Christian, man. Sorry, it's funny you say that, Christian, because I was just kind of just rocking out with like Common Kings. They did, songs in the key of Diane, right? And so I think it's Rhythm of the Night. The rhythm
oh,
of the night.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, I saw that.
yeah. And I was like, I mean, and they didn't waver too far from the original. But to me, it's like, I like when, artists get to, hey, try whatever you like, record stuff that doesn't make sense to just be out there and make music for the benefit of other people. Gotta feel good to you too, right?
yeah. Yep.
That's the beauty of it. Feel good to you, other people. So yeah, I'm all about being able to do that, especially
Yep.
now.
Yeah. That is what I feel has not changed at all since we first started, since we recorded our first song, and more importantly got on the stage for the first time and had like people are very grateful and they're thankful for like, we love seeing you guys, the music was so awesome, but it's equally as important for us to get that out. That's the therapy for us, is being able to be on stage and sing, man, and perform. So the whole goal is to make people feel good, and that has not changed at all, man. So no matter what kind of song we do, what genre, who's providing the beat, where we wrote the song, what it was about is doesn't make you feel good, you know, and yeah, bro, they make you dance your ass off, you know, get up and
Yep.
dance, man. So that's what it's all about for
Yep.
That's
me, for
super
us.
cool. And that's what aloha is, right? That's sharing something to make people feel good. So that's your guys' way of
Yeah.
sharing aloha. Okay, let's take a break and shout out our sponsor, Medicinal Mushrooms Hawaii. They're a locally based medicinal mushroom company, and right now they have 5 different mushrooms available for purchase. They extract them, put them in these tinctures. They have lion's mane, chaga, turkey tail, red reishi, and also cordyceps. And I take all 5 religiously. If you go to their website, medmushroomhigh.com, you can learn about these mushrooms and what medicinal properties they have. They've been benefiting me for the past couple years, and like I said, I take them religiously. If you decide you want to buy some, use promo code ATBPodupon. Check out all capital letters. You'll get 45% off your purchase. Medmushroomhigh.com. Aloha. I think nowadays with social media, like you said, it's been easier to put yourself out there on a pretty much a worldwide scale, and you guys are starting to get into it. How different is it been with social media? And like you said, it's kind of like work. How hard has it been to get out there on social media and be consistent and do all those reels and the stories? I mean, I've gotta do it too also, but it is like you said, is it's work. And how has it been for you guys?
Bruh, we're still trying to figure that out. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
I mean, a year ago today, probably, I was in my only involvement with social media was just, you know, helping my son put his, his stuff out there. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Because he aspires to play at the next level, at least collegiately and that kind of thing. So I told him, well, you got to build your brand. You got to, so that's kind of what it's been. But yeah, just kind of learning. But I mean, it's basically marketing as different, right? In our
yeah,
day, it's crazy to say, but in our day, it was easier. Yeah, we just gigged Wednesday here, Thursday here, Friday here, Saturday, and then you just rotated, right? And we gigged a lot, everywhere, and people were able to see us, and then the social media at the time was just people just kind of spreading the word, and you missed out. Oh no, this week, okay, where are they next week? That kind of thing, right?
yeah,
But now we got to be able to get out there and we got to stay fresh in social media. So I think it's cool. There's definitely some perks, but because we can now reach fans across the globe, right? So you just gotta put in work. But yeah, like you said, it's it's a whole new ball game, man. Yeah. So
See,
yeah.
of the two of us, Jared is certainly the more organized one, and he's also the taskmaster. So if I can just live up to the schedule he's creating for us, then that would be great. Because I feel like there's a bigger upside. You know, we can touch so many more people, but I mean, you really gotta commit to posting every day. You know, and you get kids, you get family, you get work, I mean, it's just not enough hours in a day, right? So
yeah,
it's just figuring it out, man. Figuring it out and making time for it. If it's worth, if it's worth it, you'll make time for it. But that's what we
yeah.
gotta do.
I
Yeah.
agree. It's definitely not easy. What you just gotta make sure you get more followers than your kids, bro. But they gonna start.
Yeah, but we started, bro. We started. My son had more followers than us.
Yo,
And I was like, oh, sorry, boy. We just went past you.
yo, that's the best.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh. It's funny, man.
I always
Yeah.
think
Oh, bro, I
my
don't like
my
even unleash
daughter.
my kids on social media, bro. Once they, oh, yeah,
No, don't put them on, bro.
Oh
So
yeah,
the
bro.
funny thing about kids and social
is it?
media, like, because my thing was like, no, I was telling him, stay off TikTok, because then,
Oh, bro.
all the statistics. Yeah, I tell my son, here's the statistic from this college coach and this NFL coach and this NFL player. And, everything is, if you want anything to shatter your dreams, and then you're talking specifically to like one football player, right?
Yeah.
Anything to shatter your dreams, girl and phone. Those are
Oh
the two
yeah.
things when kill your dreams. They get all the stats. Yeah, you spend one day on your phone. That's 2 weeks of training time. Because you just
Oh.
1 hour. You spend 1 hour every day.
True story, bro.
Yeah, like 365 hours. They just do the math, right? And said now, imagine if you do 2 hours. That's 1 month of training. right? 1 month of training a year that you behind, so kind of used all that. But it was
I
a
definitely
crazy
playing this
story.
to my daughter.
Yeah, no, yeah, and it was a crazy story because all of a sudden I'm like, wait, you have a TikTok account? And I was like, dang, like my daughter get like couple, I think it was like 100,000 views, but she's funny
Oh,
because I was like, she just, she's a volleyball setter, yeah, so she
yeah.
made the funny kind, like, oh, it was like, oh yeah, when you think your jokes is funny, but you're the setter, and then it was like all her hitters, outside hitters,
Oh, they gotta laugh.
yeah, that was
Oh, she not gonna set them up.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, and then I look and go, oh, Tito, you get 100,000 views on this thing. It's like, just random, but it's like, I think, yeah, you got to find the balance. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's just, I have these conversations with my kids all the time. It's like, yeah, you can use it for good or bad. I go,
Yep.
well, you might as well use them because now, nowadays, these guys, you look at it this way, like, we get kids that we know personally, like, Um, you look at we're just talking about the NFL draft, right? And you see like Spencer Fano, man, love that family. He went ninth, bro. Right.
Bruh.
So think about that. And then I look at that and I see, oh yeah, he does his little, okay, come with me, join me on the draft, and he does that because that just adds to his personality. Like Mendoza, I'm not surprised at all that he's the number one draft pick because
Yeah.
that good lesson that Hoffa take on interview, go watch that kid.
Yep.
Yeah, like eye contact, very energetic. So I think there are things that kids can learn from social media wise that can help them. So we use it obviously for music, but anything. I think how you want to be, how do you want to represent yourself? Yeah. And then that's my biggest thing. I kind of tell my kids, yeah, making you're not faking it, bro. Like that's why that's my thing now. I just do it from the plane, or because I
Yeah.
travel.
Yeah.
I gotta travel. Like, and I realized like, oh, I look like a creeper because I'm trying not to talk loud. But then I'm like, oh, what's up? This is Jared. I'm just waiting for my flight. I never know what to say, but then I remember, just post anything. It doesn't
Yep.
matter. Post anything. You know what I mean? Not every post got to be perfect. So
Yeah.
it's we're just learning, but yeah, it's just a new tool in the tool belt, right? Like.
Yeah.
So once we figure it out, you watch out, what you.
Yep. Let's go. Bruh, I
Yeah.
get it. Bruh, that TikToks, bruh. My daughter them stay in the middle of Target making
Yeah.
dances. Bruh, I waited for her because she just finished football practice and she gotta go volleyball. And I'm
Yeah.
waiting in the car. I'm like, what the hell is taking her so long? And she on the side of the gym doing TikTok videos. I'm like, hey, get your ass in the car. Like, what are you
Yeah.
guys doing? Like, oh, I'm like, you get like 5 followers. Nobody cares. Like,
The Red Rock, was it the Red Rock that you went to?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
No, we
bro.
went to the other one. We went to
Yeah.
that one last year. Yeah.
Yeah. So me and
Oh,
my
they
son
all
watch it.
doing
And
them.
it's like, bro, between games, because the volleyball tournaments, you either playing,
Yeah.
so you get two teams playing, and then one team is reffing. They gotta work. So
Yeah.
the other team is resting. And we still been watching the game. My son, I was like, bro, we gotta get out of here. He goes, why? Look, bro, you look everywhere. Because the tournament set up, they put the phone on the pillar or
Yeah.
on the chair. You get like 500 girls doing TikTok.
And they all coordinated, bro. They know
Yeah,
all
bro,
the
they
moves.
coordinated all this kind of stuff. So,
Yeah.
but our next jam, Christian, no worry. Shout out to all the girls out there. Anybody that want to do a TikTok for Hono's next song, let's go.
Oh, that would be
Let's go.
good. I'll tell my
Yeah.
daughter, get it going.
Yeah. We're gonna have a
That would be
TikTok
Yeah.
challenge,
good.
bro.
That would be
Oh,
smart.
that's
That would be
crucial.
good
Yeah.
marketing. That would be super
Yeah.
good marketing. It's getting
Or
hooked
even
at
like,
these kids.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Bro, even like the duet thing that the Hawaiian Hammer did, that thing is everywhere,
I
man.
Oh
love
yeah.
that, bro. I'm so happy for him,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we
My
Gotta
just met
shout
him.
out,
Yeah.
gotta shout out Osna again, because
Oh,
Osna just
Osman's
came,
always
just
killer.
ended it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, my boy,
Yeah.
one of my best friends, and he do all the promotions with me is DJ Hopper Boy, and he
Yeah.
came out with
Yeah,
one
yeah,
of those.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
my brother. Like, and
That's Tiny Son, huh? Tiny
yeah,
Son.
yeah,
Yeah.
Tiny Son.
Yeah.
Yep, yeah, and he's been like me and him been doing this R&B day party on at Capitol Modern every couple months, and
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay,
bruh,
okay.
he's he did that Hawaiian Hammer. He did them like DJ style and remix them and came out. I
Yeah,
was
I
like,
heard him.
oh,
I heard
bruh,
him.
that's fire. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's
That was cool
different.
too.
Yeah.
But side note, you're old when you know all the popular people by whose parents they are. I mean, whose kids they.
Oh yeah, DJ Apple Boy. Oh, that's Tiny's boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
Yeah. So,
super funny.
but like, yeah, with that whole thing, like, I mean, I definitely think it would be amazing for a kid to create a TikTok to our song, but that's like it's one of my goals, man, in these live shows that, the more live shows we do, trying to get all these people off their device, bro. Yes, I want them to
Bruh.
record it and I want it to go viral, but like I also want them to like put the phone down and let's really enjoy the moment, like
Yep.
get back to being a human, bro, and like human connectivity with each other,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Grab somebody and just jam, dance together, so
Yeah.
I think that's a goal of mine, and that's why I love being able to perform live, man. That's always been one of our, if not our most favorite aspect of the music is being able to perform it live.
Bruh, I feel you on that big time. And I went to a Metallica concert recently and I had to stop myself from trying to video and all that. I was like, bruh, this is a moment. And when I went to a concert in the Republic and it was Third Eye Blind, and the lead singer called everybody out, bruh. He said he stopped the music. He said, "Okay, this song, put your phones away. I don't want to see one song. I like everybody lock in with us and us with you guys and be in this moment, at least for this one song, and just be present." And they went jam, and I was like, holy shit, that was like that, like you could feel it. And that's how it used to be. No, we never had phones and stuff back then. Like, and like the show would be raging, everybody be singing. You wouldn't see anybody screen or looking at it. You were locked into the band, and the band was locked into you, and that's a moment. That's strong. That's a feeling. And like it's kind of sad
Yes.
sometimes now. It's like everybody is so in tune to want to show everybody what they're doing. Say, oh, I like show
Yeah,
everybody I'm at the whole new concert. But you're not even there. You're on your phone. Like be there at the
Yeah.
concert. And when
yeah,
Third Eye Blind did it, I felt it. I was like, oh, bruh, that's something real, and that's something that's new to this generation that we never had to worry about. And it's cool to have the video, but how much times you really gonna rewatch the video? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's why I see. That's why you got to bring back those sticks because right?
Oh,
Because
then
now they're gonna be on their phone when we gonna
you
tell them
catch one to
turn
the
off the blue
head.
light. Get those sticks. So now we know we gotta tomorrow, Christian. You gotta buy 800 glow sticks for morning for tomorrow night. Glow sticks. Go buy the glow sticks, and then right at the end we'll be like, "Yeah, this for brother Tad. Let's go."
Yo.
Turn them across the room, bro. Oh my god.
bro. That's what stand-up comedians call a callback, bro. That was a
Yeah.
great callback, Jared, to the glow
Yeah.
sticks.
Oh, back. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. But isn't like doesn't Bruno Mars somebody like you can't take the phones inside, right? Is it
Oh,
Bruno Mars
really?
that does that?
I
Oh,
don't
I
I
know.
think
That'd
think
I
be
he
made that up.
awesome.
But I know
think
there's
he
some
might have
like
done that when he did his Vegas, one of the shows or something,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
or
you
something
couldn't take your
inside.
phones in. Yeah,
Oh, that's super
yeah,
cool. I like that. That's
yeah. You
cool.
have to like put them in on box, and then you
Yeah,
pick like it's like dropping off your coat kind, like coat closet.
Yeah.
So
I
everybody has
want to say
yeah,
that might be for his newest tour, the romantic thing, or it was for his Vegas residency,
yeah. It
something
was
like that.
yeah,
Yeah, it was
it
like you
was
had
a
to
while
leave
a
the
couple
phones
years
outside.
ago. Yeah,
Oh, that's super cool.
yeah,
Well, well, guys, we've been going for an hour, and I know you guys are getting ready to get your shows going on this weekend. I can't express the gratitude I have for you guys coming on my show. Like this is super cool for me, and you guys are as advertised. Same aloha, same vibe that you guys give on stage, and talking story with you guys has been super awesome. Um, what do you guys have got planned for the future before we sign off?
Whatever Artist Group Network is doing next, bro. Sign us up. Let's
yeah,
go.
Oh,
Let's
you guys gonna be
yeah,
playing R&B then at the Capitol Modern because I'm not in the
yeah.
clubs anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, Artist Group Network, and then
Yeah.
we get you get cheerleader, you get water polo, football, baseball.
Oh,
I get
bruh.
football, volleyball. I mean,
Yeah.
and then sprinkle in there some whole new. I think, yeah, but I mean, yeah, I mean, we get one exclusive. We jumping into the merch game. Might as well make sense, right? So
Yep.
We get Sweet Wahine get some limited merch. I don't know when this thing going to air, but I mean next week in Kona is going to be the launch for that Sweet Wahine merch. Will be limited.
Okay.
But we get that going on. We jump in not the studio, our next single. LTG, we'll just say that LTG gonna be coming out probably within the next, I want to say maybe 6 weeks, Christian, if we're on schedule. I know Christian got another banger in the pipe too. So we'll come out with at least two more songs by the end of the year, and then I mean next year is our third year, I think. So well we're doing, I mean, obviously we can continue to gig. It's kind of like, it reminds me of when I remember one time I was at the Shell and we watched UB40, right? And I was just waiting for King Kingston Town the whole time. You know what I mean? Like, and then or Cheerio Baby. I was waiting for a couple, and they played a lot of the new stuff. And then so I realized, for me, I think, okay, as we add the new music, then it's like, okay, we still gotta do the stuff, the classics that I know everybody loves.
for
Like,
sure.
when I think about you, I remember Micah when we did Moani back in September. He was like, "Bah, I felt so good to hear. Like, when I think about you, found out later his favorite song was You're Mine, she was good." It was a good vibe, yeah. I mean, because there was a mixture of, I would say, a mixture of 20 somethings, 30 somethings, and beyond, but they was all singing our stuff. So I think that's kind of the same vibe we probably just gonna keep carrying on. You know what I mean? And gotta make sure to stay away from that high protein uric acid food, man. That's what I gotta.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise, I gotta have that green pill with me wherever I go.
Oh yeah, all our security, bro. They treating gout pills for Pakalolo.
I know, man. Shucks. I was like, oh my goodness, but just a little bit more accurate. I mean, yeah, just
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. I think that's it, man. Just getting more music out, and yeah, still doing the songs everybody wants to hear, but just making sure these new songs get great hooks so that people want to hear those too, man. That's it.
yeah.
that's super awesome. Well, I'm super stoked you guys are making new stuff because your old stuff already stood the test of time, and now you got a whole new generation that can rock out to you guys. I think moving forward it's only gonna get bigger and better, and bro, you guys might start touring again, bro. Like you guys gonna be in Australia and New Zealand and all those big shows they have out there with Kolohekai and stuff. Like sky's the limit, and like you said, you guys gotta make money for pay for these kids sports because brah.
Bruh. Yes, man. Never ends, bro. Never
Yeah.
ends.
Yeah. No, it's good, man. It's good.
So last question, what is the thing you like most to eat when you come back on the island that you gotta have when you come back to visit? Like I gotta grab this food.
Bro, everything, bro. Everything. Everything and everything. Usually, if I stay on Holo side, I always go like Bald Guy. Shout out to the
Oh,
Bald
okay.
others. I love his ribs. I still never made my way to Rice's Smoking Shop because I mean he stayed taking over the world, brother.
Oh
It's like
yeah.
like he stayed in
Yeah.
California, But I mean sometimes when I get my son, like even 7-Eleven, get everything you need,
Oh yeah.
So, but yeah, I like everything, bro. Oxtail soup. Sometimes I like it Kalihi or the someone stores.
Cambo. Oh
Food.
yeah.
And Chalmok Cam, everything, everything in it,
Right on. Well, I appreciate you guys. Shakas for the cameras.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us. Thank you for having us, my brother. Nothing but love to you.
Right
Yes,
on. We're out, and shout out to the Artist Group Network. Aloha.
Boom.